The mysterious wanderer's eyes held the memory of too many wrong floors. Marcus Webb pressed the down button 17 times before accepting that it wouldn't light up. Only the up button worked in the Blackwood Corporate Plaza elevator, glowing a sickly green that made his skin look corpse pale in the brass door's reflection. He'd come for a job interview on floor 7. Standard stuff: data entry position, decent pay, benefits. The interview lasted 12 minutes. They didn't hire him. Now he couldn't leave. The down button was dead. The call button connected to nothing. His phone showed no signal despite having full bars. The stairs were locked from this side, heavy doors that wouldn't budge. The only option was up. Marcus pressed the button. The elevator arrived instantly, as if it had been waiting. Inside, the panel showed floors 1 through 50. He was on 7. He pressed 1. The elevator rose. The doors opened on floor 8. Same layout as 7. Cubicles, flickering fluorescence, gray carpet. But the cubicles were occupied. Men and women in business attire from different decades sat motionless at desks, staring at blank computer screens. Not working, not breathing, just present. Marcus backed into the elevator, pressed 1 again. The elevator rose to floor 9. 9 was older. The cubicles were wooden. The computers were typewriters. The workers wore suits from the 1970s, frozen mid-keystroke, eyes glazed with the patience of stone. "You can't go down," a voice said. Marcus spun. A woman stood in the elevator. She hadn't been there a second ago. She wore a blazer from the 1990s and carried a briefcase that looked too heavy. "Not until you reach the top. Those are the building's rules." "What building rules? I just want to leave." "Everyone wants to leave." She smiled without warmth. "But the Blackwood doesn't let you go down once you've been interviewed. You have to go up, see all the floors, meet all the employees. Then you get your offer." Marcus tried to push past her. She didn't stop him, but when he stepped into the hallway, it stretched impossibly long, fluorescent lights extending to a vanishing point miles away. He stumbled back into the elevator. The woman was gone. Floor 10, floor 15, floor 23, each one more wrong than the last. On 23, the worker's skin had a gray pallor, and their eyes tracked him with hunger. On 31, there were no workers, just empty chairs arranged in concentric circles around something dark and breathing in the center. On 38, the floor itself was transparent, revealing all the levels below stacked like specimens in glass, each containing their frozen workforce. Marcus's phone buzzed. A calendar notification. Start date, Blackwood Corporate, today. He hadn't accepted any offer. He hadn't even applied here. A recruiter had called him, insistent, offering an interview for a position he was perfect for. Floor 42. The workers here were translucent, see-through people performing see-through work at see-through desks. When Marcus looked closely, he could see himself among them, sitting in a cubicle, typing nothing forever. "No," he whispered. "No, I'm not staying." But his reflection in the elevator doors showed him in a tie he'd never owned, holding a briefcase he'd never carried. His reflection smiled. His reflection had already accepted. Floor 50 was the top. The doors opened onto a massive office. Behind an obsidian desk sat something wearing a suit. It stood when Marcus entered, too tall, joints bending in too many places. "Congratulations," it said with a voice like paper shuffling. "You've seen every department. Now you understand the scope of opportunity at Blackwood Corporate. We're prepared to offer you a position, starting immediately, ending never." Marcus ran for the elevator, pressed the button. The doors closed. Inside, the panel had changed. Now it showed only one button, 7. His floor, his cubicle, his desk. The mysterious wanderer touched the elevator button in his memory. They say the Blackwood Corporate Plaza still conducts interviews, still calls candidates. The building's always hiring because positions never actually vacant. The employees are still there, all of them, every floor, doing their work, forever. He turned to leave, then paused. If you get a call from a recruiter about a place you never applied to, a position you're perfect for, check the address. And if it's the Blackwood, he shook his head. Remember, some elevators only go one direction, and some buildings never let their employees clock out.